Hello and welcome everyone. Personally for me this build is very unique and special, and the reason is because we are scaling our damage the more tanky we are. The more armor we have, the more damage will do our abilities. And the ability that comes in question is Armor Eruption. This is an AoE ability that shoots a projectiles that can be modified to return doing a shotgun effect. As we said, there was an explosion and a shrapnels that go in every single direction and coming back, and if many comes back and hit the same enemy, it creates a shotgun effect. Now this ability is great, but the problem is the cooldown. Originally the ability have 6 seconds cooldown. I have a couple of pieces of gear, especially the rings, that has a cooldown rate, which reduce it to 4.8 seconds. But we can still agree that this is not optimal every single 4.8 seconds to be used. Doesn't make it very practical skill. So how do we overcome this challenge? The way how we overcome this challenge is the skill Whirlwind. And the main reason why we use the Whirlwind is because of this talent from the Armor Eruption. Wherever we hit an enemy with another active skill, we reduce the cooldown by 0.3 seconds. Now we have to agree that Whirlwind makes a lot of hits per second, which greatly reduce the cooldown of Armor Eruption. But there is even more. Whirlwind has a passive called Lasting Whirl, which is a separate effects that also hit individually enemies around, which help us even further reduce the cooldown. As we can see from the footages from the left side, we're spamming Armor Eruption. So I wanted to deep dive into ways to scale the DPS. It's come obviously from the tree. I'm not going individually every single talent. I think they're pretty explanatory. Everything that increases the armor and physical damage will do. However, on the warfare, there are interactions that are a little bit more unique. For example, Combat Rush. Now, wherever we receive a combat rush, we also increase the armor of the character, resulting more damage of Armor Eruption. And also we have Heart of Battle. The more enemies are around us, the more armor we have, the more damage we'll do. And the rest, like I said before, everything that can provide you with more armor and physical damage. The next thing, it's the auras. I think the aura from the Forge and Warfare are completely the same, and even if you invest even further into those particular auras, they give us the same stats, which is increase flat armor and increase armor, resulting with a lot of junk of armor, as I'm gonna demonstrate in a moment. I want to go back into Whirlwind. Something that very important is the talent Sunder. So as we can see in the videos, I always start hitting with Whirlwind first and then I erupt. The reason is because this will reduce the armor of the enemies, and both damages are strike and pierce. So less armor of the enemy, more damage we will do. And now the last current component of the build that I really want to talk about, this is the Ironclad. This ability is amazing for this build, and as we saw from the beginning of the video, the boss just melts itself with its own channeling ability, and that happened because of this particular talent, Armor Shard. So wherever we receive damage, we are returning retaliation damage, which scales with armor. So once again, the more armor we do, the more damage we will have. Additionally, the longer we stay in this form, the more armor we will get. That's amazing for boss fights, and the ability itself gives us flat armor and increase total armor by 20%. Now without any buffs, currently at 9.7k armor, Armor Eruption does 3.2k. If I buff myself, the armor jumps all the way to 19.3k and the Armor Eruption does 5.6k. But this is not all. Once we become Ironclad or a Titan, this jumps all the way to 7.6k. So if the enemy hit us, we'll take retaliation damage of 5k, and then we'll do explosion that's gonna do damage. Then the shrapnels will do also another individual damage, and then everything that comes back from the shrapnels and hit the same enemy will do a shotgun effect, does another damage. So that's a lot of damage, and I am very satisfied and happy with the build so far. So something else about the build that I don't want to forget about, it's the weapon slot. You can use wherever you want. And I can't wait Titan 2 Quest developers to provide us with unique weapons that gonna interact in unique way with the enemies and buffing us or debuffing. I can't wait, because with this build it doesn't matter what you have on your weapon slot, everything works. Alright guys, this is the build. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you to be safe, I wish you to be healthy and stay positive, and I hope I see you in another video.